Hello, I'm Bill Harroff. I'm the Reference and Information Technologies Librarian at McKendree, and this is the first of a two-part video on using our library resources in the field of education. And so the first one we're going to be focusing on is using the easy search button for education. Let me, if I could, show you a few PowerPoint slides as we go along here, and I'll talk over it. As we say, why go anywhere else? And we will justify that in just a couple of minutes. The library's website, which is at www.mckendree.edu/library, is simple to use. As you can see, it's divided into three columns here. The first one, quality information, the second one, getting help, and the last one, about Holman Library. You need sources now that are relevant, reliable, objective, current, appropriate, suitable, and authoritative. So you need the work of experts whose work has been reviewed by other experts. And that's what peer-reviewed means. So if your professors say you need scholarly articles on a topic, that's what we're referring to as peer-reviewed. You won't get these things free over the internet anywhere. You need to come one place only, and that's to our resources at the library. And just as I said at the beginning, searching literally is easy. And so you want to look for that bright purple easy search button that's so easy to spot on the front screen. This is what it looks like when you select that easy search button. And you'll always have four options to be working from. On the far left-hand side, you'll see one option is about whether you want the articles full text now or not. Those are the ones that you could immediately put your hands on. So if you wanted those, you can always click that button. Next to it is the button that says peer-reviewed. Again, those are the creme de la creme, the very best academic articles available. If your professor says, I just want you to be looking at that material, you should select that button as well. To the right of that, we have more than 100 years worth of data for you to be searching in. And so if you want something as recent as the last 5 years, just select that year and you'll see that you'll only find material from within that time frame. Down below, you'll have a number of different categories to choose from in the dark purple box. And so you'll see quite prominently education. Maybe there are times when you want legal information, and so you could add law to that, or health education, a variety of things in addition to education that you could be selecting. And up above that then are three boxes where you can put in keyword searches. In this example, I have state funding, Illinois on the second line, and the word grant and school on the last line. Those have an asterisk by them, and I'll explain that in a minute or two. The result screens will always look like this. Once we run a search, and sometimes it may take a couple of minutes for that search to run, and I don't want you to be impatient. Just wait until it says complete here. And then it will have a list of different databases and the number of responses you found in each one. Don't worry about those that say 0, just select those where you have numbers beside them. When you do that, you'll get a series of different results outlining for you what the names of the articles are, who the authors are, what journals they came from, but you'll also have a summary or description of the articles. And you'll also, at the very bottom, have a series of buttons to select. You should always select the View button as you're walking down through those listings. The View button will always have the most complete information available to you. When you select it, if that full text is available, the article itself will pop up just that quickly. And so that's what makes it so easy to do that kind of searching. We'll do a live search in just a minute. I mentioned before in the search that I had listed there that last keyword box had an asterisk by it. You will get much better results in your searching if you learn to use this search feature called truncation. just as in our example here with EDUC, if you put in EDUC with an asterisk, then you can get responses from the very same search for educate, educating, education, educational. All of those will be there available to you. So that can enhance any kind of search you do. It pays to learn the Boolean operators as well. Although the ones that you'll use most often is the first one here that you see with the word and. And, or, and not are listed. And is the important one, just like with our first example of classroom and China, that we're asking the database first for all the words, all the articles that have the word classroom included in them. But then we're saying we only want to keep those where the word China also appears. And so that, the word and is the one that will greatly limit the number of responses you get for any searches. That's why it's used about 75% of the time in all searches. If you find articles that we don't have the full text for, all you need to do is email those to our friend Messeret Gebremichael, and you can email her at librarycirculation@mckendree.edu, and she'll be happy to try and get those articles for you. So anytime, it doesn't matter where those resources are coming from, just email those to Messeret if you find that we don't have the full text available for you. If you need help, from the front screen under Getting Help of the McKendree website, you'll notice that we have something called Ask Away, and that's a 24/7 chat service where you can be chatting with librarians all over the Midwest to get your questions answered. And I want you to become familiar with the staff here at McKendree too, whether you're reaching us by phone or by email. All of those folks are here to help you with any kind of problem that you might be having. Now let's do a live search so that you can see what we've already learned in practice. As I mentioned, when you go to McKendree's website and you want to go to the library's website and check out our resources, the first thing you may see is a chance to log in. This is using the same login that you use for Blackboard, that you use for webmail. Excuse me just a minute. It's hard for me to type and speak at the same time. But you just supply that same username and password that you've had before, just as I just did, and you will only log in once. And once you do, then you'll be able to access all of our resources anytime. Here, of course, is that familiar website of McKendree. The library is always the fourth link down on the right-hand side. In a second, you'll see here is that easy search button. It too will be popping up. The internet is running very slowly today. But when we do that and click on it, then you'll be faced with those same four general kinds of categories of search within that easy search. So we're going to scroll down and we'll say, oh, let's just look at education resources. Okay? We'll do that. We'll say, let's only look at things perhaps from the last 10 years. And we'll do that. And we'll go back to maybe 1999. And we'll have that. And we'll say, just show me those that I can put my hands on right now. And those that are the very best quality, we'll say peer-reviewed. And then we'll put in a couple search terms here. Let's put substitutes. And we'll put in the word staffing. And we'll put in the word middle for middle schools maybe, and run that search. And as I said, these searches can take a minute or two, and I don't want you to be concerned about that. This is cutting-edge technology that you're searching within, and in fact you can search all of Google at the same time. But once you do, you'll see the result list come up here down below, and all you have to do is click on those that have numbers beside them, and you'll get the articles you need. We'll continue in just a minute with the second video. Thank you very much.